delicate area around your eyes is the first to betray you. But what if you could visibly reverse the effects of age, the crow's feet, the wrinkled brow, the bags under your eyes, in less than 3 minutes? Introducing True Science Micro Lift Serum. With the right blend of natural minerals and ingredients, LifeVantage has developed an astonishing new product that will restore the youthful-looking glow to your skin.
Wow, that's amazing. It's awesome. Oh wow, it's amazing. I love it. I need this. I want this.
It takes just 3 minutes to let
5 years ago, and in a pickup truck, and we're on the highway, and the tire blows, and we're on our way to a meeting, and I'm thinking, oh man, I did not sign up for this. I'm gonna melt if we get out and do this. But we got out, we did it, and I didn't melt, and I could tell that these guys were no strangers to the heat. But you know what? That exemplifies the kind of character that these guys bring to LifeVantage and to each one of you. They are a gift to each one of you. Their example, both of them are family men. I think Blue's got quite the litter, 6 children, a beautiful wife, Raylene. Colt's got 3 children, a beautiful wife, Kathy. Guys, I cannot say more things about how I love these guys. Please give a warm welcome to the one and only Colt and Blue Elo.
Who attended Eric Maury last night? You guys remember the Forrest Gump comment that he had? About just dumping into stuff? That's what I felt like, you know, we just ran and ran and ran. You know, I love those analogies that reminds us of our background and where we came from. A little bit what we're going to talk about today is some of the starting points of where we were. We're going to be able to bring that up to speed as to where we are and maybe a little bit into the future here. So.
Yeah, we kind of were talking about like what we share in 20 minutes after 6+ years of doing this here, and like all you guys are hearing all this good stuff. Who can we talk to? What can we share in that little amount of time and make a difference for you guys? And what me and Blue kind of felt like we agreed on, that there was a time in this business where we were sitting in the room looking at the guys and gals on stage going, well, how come they can be up there and they're the ones making the money and making success and not us? Why them and not us? And so we kind of want to talk about them versus us and how that should fit into your guys' world. And then also what life was like in this company at the very beginning. We've heard a lot of us talk about that a lot of times when we speak at these events. But we want to talk about the then versus now, what we see going on right now for LifeVantage, you guys. Because I think you can all see it if you've been paying attention. Things are changing, things are getting better, and things are moving quickly. So we want to make sure everybody gets on board with that and takes advantage of it. So first of all, for those of you that don't know us, me and Blue live down in Tucson. Thanks for the great introduction, Ryan. He's a stud. We got to keep that guy around for sure. Love that guy. Tucson's home. I actually grew up in eastern Arizona, out near Duncan, Stafford, Arizona. Anybody know where that's at? We got some family that showed up since we're here. Thank you guys for coming. We love you. It's you know, it was kind of nice to be able to come do this without having to jump on an airplane and do all of that. So this is our first event here. We drove the Jeep up on Tuesday. We got those loaded in the store for you guys to check out. Hopefully you guys got some pictures of those and take them home and show everybody that yes, you can have those things if you come play with us. So, you know, from the time we got those Jeeps, though, I think it has become one of the biggest expenses in our life. Right, Bill? Eric? Well, so it's been fun to dress them up and play with them, take them out in the hills, go riding around with friends and experience those things. But you guys, those are all little cherries on the sundae. I kind of look at it as what we got out of this over the last 6 years is not just a paycheck, it's not just a Jeep, it's not just even the time freedom. It really is, like Eric Maury did a very good job talking about, the person you become along the way, the experiences along the way, the relationships along the way. I can't even summarize in 20 minutes what has gone gone on in our world in the last 6 years for you guys. It has been crazy. We've been more places, we've seen more things. We've got to do all of that because of this opportunity, because of all of you. And all we did was say yes at the right time. Because when we were looking at this industry, for me, I know the very, very first time I ever saw network marketing was when me and Blue were working at the same firehouse in East Tucson. He was the senior medic on the paramedic truck, and I was just the boot firefighter working on the lab truck, scrubbing toilets, making sandwiches, and trying to wash my hands in between, right? And Blue hadn't been involved in this other company for a little bit, and I didn't know anything about it. I just saw this big sticker on his big truck, and he wore his funny shirt and carried his little bag into work. And we all made fun of him because he was out selling lotions and potions while we were, the cool firefighters. So, I was looking for extra time at work there to make extra money. I was working for my dad's company doing construction on the side to try to make extra money. But I didn't see what he was doing as even a viable option. It wasn't of any interest. Anybody relate to that? You know some people out there you run into and they just don't see it, right? Well, when you live in the firehouse with somebody every other day for 24 hours, you can't get rid of them, right? So I blew them off for about 3 months, and some of you have heard this story, and you're going to hear it again, but some of you haven't, so you're going to get to hear it right now. And what Blue showed me for the first time, and what I actually sat down and saw, was the business model that creates the leverage that we all talk about and the residual income that I've never seen before. And for me, I looked at that and I go, well, here's the investment. That's not a whole lot of money compared to the business world of what we all know, right? What Eric's talking about. And I said, if this is the possibility, we got to basically find like-minded entrepreneurs and teach them how to teach and cut out the fat in between and just go through the numbers, right? And so that was basically in a nutshell what I was seeing for the first time. And I couldn't understand how anyone says no to something like this. At least take the gamble, right? Take the chance. Because what do you got to lose? A little bit of money and some time. You're doing that anyways, right? You're out there spending money, wasting time and money doing something. So I literally took it as, what if this works? What if we make it happen? Not the pessimistic side of, well, what if it doesn't? What if my friends think I'm weird? What if, all of the negative things you can think of. So long story short, we jumped into that deal, didn't make any money for 9 months. Didn't do anything but just learn what we were doing wrong. And if there's anything that we can teach you that we want to share with you so you don't have to experience it like we did, is we made every mistake in the book and literally failed our way to the top, okay? We learned the hard way because there wasn't really a system in place. There wasn't all of the things you see now with income statements and all the proof and the scientific research and on the product side of things. And there was a little bit of that in the beginning, but there's a ton of it now. And it's never been easier to share what we have now compared to what we were doing in the very, very beginning. So we had the chance to jump in with Tyler and Marcel and Eric and these guys that we worked in their upline, Seth and Mark, and really job shadow those guys and see how they were doing it. Because they came to this business with a little more experience than we had, and we were just like a sponge soaking it up. And when we sat down and took a page from every one of those mentors' books to create our own, we basically, through their guidance, figured out 3 things. It's our job to tell our story, the company's story, and how the money's made. That's what we're really running around trying to do, transferring that belief to others that are listening and looking for some change and never miss a corporate event. We've done the small things in between and promoted event to event to event. And that started in 2009 with a bunch of friends of ours. Some of them joined us, some of them didn't. They're still friends of ours. And we started to really pour our heart and time into supporting those people that we just signed up and nurturing those, new distributors the best we could to provide our bit of support to help them build this business, expose it, and validate things and all of that. And you guys, like Eric said, running a business is not easy, but it is very simple. Matter of fact, this type of business moves quicker when you keep it simple. And like Captain Parks always said when I got out of the fire department, he goes, keep it simple, stupid. Put the white stuff on the red stuff and don't get killed. Go. And you have to be a little bit different to work there because we're excited to run into a burning building and everyone's clearly terrified coming out, right? But we're excited because it's not another nursing home call with MRSA and staff and whatever else you got to deal with, right? So we'll pray for house fires and car crashes just because we get to use our tools. But that's the sick and twisted humor that firefighters have, and that's how we deal with it. But you guys, we had a great job there. we grew up farming and ranching, doing construction. We had a great job in the fire department. It was literally the first time I think we felt that we had stability in our life and a career in front of us, and you know, all of those things we didn't have working in the farming and construction world, or just going job to job making money. Then blue disrupts everything in my world with this. And I thank you, brother, because much better. It's been a lot better. We have a whole different life now. And the friends and people that we've got to hang with are life-changing. I swear to God, you guys. So if you're not here for the money, because I know some of you think you're not, do it for your friends. We came here for the money too, don't get me wrong. Because getting the Pro 10 is not easy, but it's damn sure worth it when you get there. A lot of you probably been wondering, where the hell is Cole been? And that's all right. I found out that when you turn 30, you're not invincible anymore. So I've had this laundry list of injuries, and then I thought, well, maybe it's not my fault. I'm just duplicating my upline, like Tyler tearing himself up 2 years ago. Then Eric, he's like a mess of all crashes. And I go, well, now it's my turn to be hurt. So yeah, I broke my foot real bad last October, and that kind of set me back for a while. Well, 3 or so weeks ago, I was lifting a trailer back onto a hitch, and my back felt like it exploded right there, right then and there. And so I'm good for about 2 or 3 hours standing up right now, then I gotta lay down. So yesterday was a bad day for me, so today's a little better. But you guys, when we decided to own this, when we decided to step up and become them on stage and not just one of us sitting out there watching, we realized that the people making the money are the ones in front of the room, teaching people how to teach. We're not just selling our products, we're not just selling our business model, we're not just inviting people to see that information. Those are all formalities in the process. But when you find those people and they say, yes, it feels like such a task that you just got accomplished, you just taught someone how to have a baby. You didn't teach them how to raise one yet, right? You got to teach people in this business how to do what you just did, and it might not be the exact same way for them as it was for you or me, because everybody out there is different. We all come from different backgrounds, all have different things we like or dislike. So every conversation we have, whether it's a new prospect or it's a distributor in your team we're working with, we really have to learn how to listen and hear what they're saying, where they're at in their world, what's going on for them, and how we can best give them advice and support them. Because there's never an always, there's not a cookie cutter way to do it. It's very much a think on your feet type of business. And the street smarts that you all come into this business with varies just the same. And some people ask, well, why do some people move faster in these businesses than others? Is it because they had more money? Is it because they had more friends? Do they just talk and speak well? No. They experienced more things on the personal growth and development side of becoming a human being prior to getting involved in this than maybe another person did. And some people are just learning some of those things right now. So figure out where you're at, find mentors that can help you get to the next level that you relate to, and own it, you guys. You got to get excited about it and have fun with it. That's all we've been doing for the last 6 years, right? All right, Blue, your turn.
All right, thank you, Cole. Reminds me a lot of stories I wish I had time to tell. Every now and then we get firing those off, and we'll probably do that in a little bit of a breakout session. But I just want to talk about one concept today. I think I have a little bit of time to do that. And it does start with this us and them mentality, because I think that was something that I really brought up, especially when talking to Cole, was that I felt like it was us, and there was a big line across this stage with who was up here. That they have talent, they have education, they have the ability to speak. They have all of those things. That's why they're up there, and that's why I'm down here. I don't have those things. And I remember kind of drawing that line, and there was a few speakers I went to an event and attended. And I know Seth was one of them that spoke that day, and Eric Albertson spoke. And I remember that specific day recognizing, at least in my world, that it might be possible, right? But the line became a little bit fuzzy. I didn't quite see why I was separated from them. And Cole called me about 3 in the morning, about a week later, with his first comp plan.
Aha moment, maybe?
Yeah, comp plan moment. I remember him saying, man, why can't we do this? Why can't we really do this? And I says, we are. He said, no, not just show up and be here, but actually go do it. Be all in and go do it. And he said, it looks pretty simple, man. Every time the company gets $1, they give us 50 cents. So if we just go get a whole bunch of 50 cents, it might add up to a bunch of money. That was the first comp plan training that Cole ever gave, by the way. If you've been to one lately, you know that's a little bit different. There's something I made a promise, so I promised to never forget where I came from. That day and there, I said, I don't mind being up there, but I want to never, ever forget what it's like to be here, so that when I am there, maybe I can say something or do something that would relate to someone out there. And that goes for distributors and for corporate. I've met a lot of great corporate guys. The ones I'm attracted to are the ones that say the same thing. They remember those same things. I was looking out here, I've seen some that have been with us forever. Eric, Martin, and Ryan. I was looking backstage, Megan and Angie, and and Michelle just spoke. Some of these guys have been here from the beginning, and I love that idea. Here's my ability to relate. One of my favorite quotes is that good leaders are close enough to their teams to relate, but just far enough ahead to inspire. And that's a delicate balance. If we get too far ahead that we're talking over their heads, pretty soon we don't relate to them anymore. If we only relate, we don't inspire, I think we're missing something. So there's a balance that's delicate that I think is important. I want to show you something that may relate to some of you. Some of you have seen this video before. It's the first car that I had when I went out to do network marketing, and I want to tie this in a way that I hope will make sense. So go ahead and roll that video, please.
We don't got 6,000 earplugs, sorry.
Yeah. I just want to know if you can imagine driving that car. There's no muffler, no exhaust pipe at all. It's cut off right at the manifold. No sunroof. Sunroof was busted out. Yeah. Little plastic if it was there. I lost luckily keys in one time, so that was an easy way to cut in and get back into the car one time. Can you imagine driving that car up to somebody's house or a hotel full of people, and you're the person teaching them how to make money? Just think about it for a minute. It was a difficult conversation sometimes, to the point where I almost wanted to park it down the road. One time I did, just because the line of cars was long, and I come running down the street with my whiteboard and a little video thinking, here I am. And as I left, somebody said, is that the car you brought? And we had this conversation out in the parking lot. Love it, guys. I just want you to know we understand, right? We know what it's like to not come in with much. And I almost want to specifically talk to those that are going through those hard times. I mean, and maybe not by a show of hands or applause, but at least you can think about this. Who had to sell something to get here, or have a yard sale to get here, right? Or to sell a vehicle, or to sell a car. I had to sell a car to get my first package. That's why I was driving that car. That car cost me $50, right? Because they said, if you can get it running, you can have it. And the battery I put in, it cost $50, and I did a little tune-up on it, we got it going. Who here had to borrow money? Who here's rent is not paid today because they're here, right? Who here is maybe against spouse's recommendation or request, or against their orders? They will thank you if you turn this into something big, but they won't if you're just here, if you just show up and never quit, right? That almost creates more problems. It's showing up, never quitting, and eventually somehow going all in so that you can have the benefits. Who here had to get couldn't get a day off, but they came anyways, right? Or hoping their picture doesn't end up on Facebook somewhere because they called in sick today, right? I had somebody say that. Don't take my picture. Why? Because I'm sick. I'm not supposed to be here. Some of you guys drove for days. I looked at some of that. Some of you guys are sleeping in your car because you can't afford a hotel, right? Almost sounds like one of the you might be a redneck if jokes, right? Remember we did that routine, Eric and Colt and I got up here and said you might be a Pro 10 if, right? If you've ever slept more than 14 people in a hotel room, you might be a Pro 10, right? If you bought a one-way plane ticket to get here, you might be a Pro 10. I used to think that a Pro 10 was a Pro 1 that never quit. And I still do think that, but if you just never quit, it's not enough. If you just show up, it's not enough. You have to go all in. You have to do something different than the person sitting next to you, different than 6 months ago when you're the same rank you are today. You've got to do something different. I got a little attempt at showing you what all in looks like, and it's in a quick little video. We'll show this clip. Obstacles, right? I don't know how many of us have climbed that pole, we look at the metal thing, we see the fruit above it, and we stop. We can't get around it. It's a big obstacle. We don't know how. Too difficult. I mean, you guys, we heard all the excuses. Eric Ward just hit on a bunch of them. But how many people look around and say, I'm going to get up there. I'm going to figure this out, right? Or die trying. And that was just about a near-death experience, right? But here's the question I thought about. Well, if he climbs down and doesn't climb back up, is he going to starve? I mean, he could probably find something to eat. But the good stuff was on the top, right? And he figured it out. He figured out he took the risk. It might have hurt a little bit, but he took that little bit of risk. I recognize those that have taken those kinds of risks, and you're here today. I thank you for being here. Your family thanks you. Your grandkids thank you, right? Generations will be thanking you if you go all in. Integrity is the diligence to do the deed after the emotion of the moment has passed. Right? The emotion's here, the moment's here. The ability to make commitments and I'm going all in and make those things, it's here. What happens tomorrow? Tomorrow it might still be here, right? We're here. The next day, Monday morning comes and you're by yourself or you're driving somewhere and it's just you. Okay? That's when it matters. That's when things change. It's doing the right thing when no one else is looking. Okay? We recognize that. I want to look at this last quote, and I'll end on this. I just want you to know that we recognize some of the quiet moments. I remember being some of those moments where you're driving home after driving hours and hours, and it's 2 in the morning, and you're trying to get home to see your family for a few hours before you get back to work in some cases. And you're doing what you hope's right, what you think is right, wondering if you made a difference, wondering if that meeting even mattered. Okay? Maybe a year later realizing that it did. Okay? And maybe realizing that it might not have, at least at that point. What it helped you to become probably mattered, but maybe the person that came didn't end up doing anything, but it taught you something. Think about this quote for a second. People are often unreasonable and self-centered. Forgive them anyways. If you're kind, people may accuse you of alternative motives, right? Ulterior motives. Be kind anyways. If you're honest, people may cheat you, but be honest anyways. If you find happiness, people may be jealous. Go be happy anyways. The good you do today might be forgotten tomorrow, but go do good anyways. Give the world your best, right? Give the world the best you have. It's your best. And it may never be enough to a family member or a friend or an upline or whatever that may be, but go give your best anyways. For you see that in the end, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyways. I know we have, God notices, right? There's people that notice. LifeVantage will be noticed. That's my challenge, is let's go give the world our best so the LifeVantage can be noticed as what it should be for. I thank you guys very much. Thank you.
Now, I do have to admit that you showed me so much love in Kansas City that when I came home, my wife was kind of jealous. So would you do me a favor and would you show my wife Whitney Rose a little bit of that same love? She's right here in the front. She's gonna Did I not tell you these aren't the best speakers in the world? We are so fortunate and so excited to be here with you, and it's my privilege this session to make another launch announcement. So what I'd like you to do, and I know this is probably a first for you because people usually want you to hide these things, but will you pull out your cell phone for me real quick? Pull it out. In fact, let's bring the lights down. Let's see if we can light up this room. Disregard those texts and missed calls. Just go ahead and turn it on. And let's see if we can light up this room real quick with your smartphones. Let me see how many we have in the room. Wow. Oh my goodness. That's pretty impressive. That is absolutely awesome. And I'm so glad that you have those out because I got something for you to do. You might have heard of this. This is a website, businessforhome.org. And about 1.5 million people visit this site every single month. And about 25% of them are looking for a new home in direct sales. And you might know by now, but if you don't, this is where I want your phones out and helping me. Because if you go to www.businessforhome.org, you will see a link at the very top that says Top Direct Selling Companies in the World 2016 poll. If you will click on that link, it'll take you to this page. And here is where you will see our CEO, Darren Jensen. Doesn't he look good? He looks good, but he would look so much better if he was in the top left-hand corner, right? And guess what? That top left-hand corner has just over 6,500 votes. There's over 6,500 people in this room right now. Darren's in 8th place with about 2,200 votes. LifeVantage, I should say, is in 8th place because what you're voting for is the world's best direct selling company. And I don't think there's a question in this room of what company that is there? So what you will do is you will scroll all the way to the bottom of that page and you will see an area where you actually click on and choose the company that you love the best, which happens to be LifeVantage. You'll put that in the category and you will click on the red vote. Pretty easy, right? You've already done it? Log in with your kids' account. I'm just kind of. Maybe not. But let's see if we can't make an impact this weekend. How great would it be if we were in the appropriate spot that LifeVantage deserves to be, and that's the #1 spot. All right, so this is going to be a fun session right here because we are going to keep talking about that phone. Because when Darren was in Kansas City, he talked to you about his 8 objectives, and one of them was technology. And we are going to be ahead of the technology curve. And the first thing that we needed to do is we needed to make it possible for you to do everything you need to do in your business on your phone. Pretty cool, right? So today we're going to start that process. We're going to introduce you to an app that's going to start giving you some tools that will absolutely make building this business easier than it has ever been before. And to help me get that started, let's take a quick look at a video.
The biggest issue, my biggest issue, is the delay from contact to enrollment.
Organization? I'm not very organized at all.
Probably following up with the right people.
I can talk to about 30 people in 1 week. If I could enroll somebody right then and there, that would be huge. With the current system, I can't do that.
Think of all the stuff you gotta keep track of. Downline, upline.
Some are interested, some aren't.
Team volume, personal volume.
Some are sort of interested, but I don't even know what they're interested in.
This bonus, that bonus.
Some, I don't even know if they're interested at all.
What?
I'll be organized?
The right people and in the right way? From the point of contact, right away.
Just like that?
An app is gonna do all that? Really? How? Now I can enroll you right away.
I use my phone for everything anyway, so this really makes it easy.
It's all right here. Dashboard, action reports.
The stats my contacts.
It shows all my interactions, and it tells me who to follow up with. It's got everything I need.
I am now organized.
We now have an app.
So you guys ready to learn more about this app? All right, well, to help us do that, please help me welcome out our Senior Vice President of IT, Boyd Chambers, and Director of IT Distributor Systems, Angie Hawthorne.
Wasn't that a great video? You guys excited? I'm excited. Mobile technology is just something that has just gone crazy. You know, there's more power in this mobile device than we had when we went with Apollo 13 to the moon. More technology in here. So how can we get this technology and make it better? You know, we need to raise the bar. Brian talked about yesterday how when he left the MLM industry and came back. I left the MLM industry for a couple of years and went to aerospace. When I came back, I was amazed how the bar was still down. You know, we need to raise the bar in this space. What does the next century thinking look like? As a company, we need to think about that. Very important. You know, there are more people that own cell phones than have a bathroom. That's according to the UN. But anyway, we need to move forward. Angie's going to talk about the strategy.
So when Darren came to us, he talked about a vision of giving our distributors tools that you can build your business faster. Darren's vision for mobility was to take your largest database of people and convert it into a simple tool that you can use from anywhere. This database comes from your phone. Think about it. How many contacts do you have just sitting in your pocket or in your purse? But instead of working these contacts from your phone's address book, today we are going to show you how to convert these contacts into a usable app that we call LifeVantage Pro. Now don't get me wrong, nothing has changed about how you're going to work the business, but we're going to take the tools and we're putting this business in the palm of your hands so that you can move quicker through the proven techniques provided by our great leaders. These proven techniques of building your business are transformed into a digital version that you can take anywhere. So Moy, why don't you tell us a little bit more about LifeVantage Pro?
All right, thank you, Angie. So LifeVantage Pro, this is an official mobile app that will allow you to grow and develop your business in ways you never even thought possible. Okay. Remember last night we learned from Eric, tools. Tools are key. So we're going to give you these tools. Increase your sales conversion with the power of an app to get you access to outstanding features that are designed to help you grow your business and become more successful. And this last one, I think is the coolest one. Manage your business on the go. You carry that cell phone with you everywhere you go. 75% of us take it to the bathroom. But no more notebooks, spreadsheets, or lists. So, you guys want to see it? Yeah. Okay. I've actually copied some video of the app running. One thing you're going to be happy about, this app is going to use your existing distributor ID and password. You're not going to have to remember another password. So here, when you go to the app, you're going to go to the main media. You got Instagram. Last night I was looking at the app. I saw guys partying over at the party. I saw like girls coming down things. I don't know what it was. Yeah, but it was on Instagram instantly. We have Facebook posts. We have Twitter posts. Again, when you first open up the app, this is where you're going to land. You can see what's going on in the company, what's being posted out there. Isn't that cool? Okay, Angie, take it.
We want to make sure that you always stay connected with LifeVantage. And with this, we're creating an action dashboard as well. This dashboard is an at-a-glance vision of your business. Instantly, you're going to see your PV, your OV, how many legs you have. We all know how important this is to getting to the next range. And one of my favorite pieces is we're going to have a month-over-month growth. This shows you how you're doing this month compared to the exact same time last month. These sections, combined with the progress bar, is going to tell you instantly, anytime during the month, how close you are to reaching that next range. And don't we all want to reach the next range? And this is going to be all from your phone. Also within the dashboard, we have a little section called Prospector Stats, but I'm going to get to that later. I'm sure we have several